Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we've got Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Mackenzie Wahpepah-Harris, senior runner from Norman, Oklahoma, who just took home OCU's first individual title in indoor track. And Mackenzie, you won that in the mile race. Tell us about your championship-winning mile race there.
Yeah, so I was coming in, I think I was ranked 11th, I believe, and I hadn't really ran a super fast mile or all season. I wasn't exactly where I was wanting to be coming into nationals. You know, usually I like to have a few races where you kind of build some confidence, but yeah, so I had a little bit of a knee injury about like a couple months ago, and so it kind of set me back a bit. So like the whole season as a whole, I wasn't like super confident going in, but I mean, I was just like, you know what, if it was a tactical race, which means like if it goes out a bit slower and then like it's just a big kick at the end, I could give myself maybe a shot to win. So I wasn't really sure until the prelim came around, and that was the day before the mile. And in the prelim race, I just felt like really within myself. I felt really smooth, and like my legs felt great and stuff. And I won the prelim pretty comfortably, so that gave me a bit of confidence going into that final race. And then the final, yeah, I knew I had a shot, and I was just planning on just whoever was about to lead this race, I was just gonna ride right off of him, like, and that's what I did. I didn't realize the pace was as quick as it was, because I actually ended up setting a personal best time, and I didn't realize that until like the end. But yeah, during the race, I was there was one point where the leader had about 5 or 6 meters on me, and like I still had like maybe 2 or 3 laps to go, and I just was really I was at that point I was thinking in my head, I don't think I have this race, you know, it's just not in the cards. But I was just like, I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna hang on with these guys at least until a lap to go, and then like if they blow me out of the water in the sprint, then like, you know, at least I gave it a good shot, you know. So I got back up on his heels, and then with 400 meters to go, a little bit more than a lap to go, I just felt good, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna give it a go, you know. So I just kicked as hard as I could that back stretch, and then looked over my shoulder on the last bend, and I saw I had a gap on the field, and that was pretty exciting, because I was like, dang, I could actually win this thing. And then the last 50 meters, I just like I kept the gap, so I just cruised it in kind of, and then I saw the clock, and I was even more excited, because I was like, didn't realize we were going that fast, so it was pretty cool.
You'll be a returning All-American in the 1500 in the outdoor season. How are you prepping for the outdoor season?
Right now, I'm a lot fitter than I thought I was at this stage, so I'm pretty confident going in. I'm just gonna make sure I stay on top of my. I've had Achilles problems in the past, and so right now my main focus is just making sure I keep my calves loosened out and like make sure my body's feeling healthy, because that's the main thing with me, is just like trying to make myself feel like healthy, because I struggled a lot last year with Achilles problems. So this year, if I can keep my legs feeling good, I think I can have a pretty successful season.
Of all the All-America races that you've run, both in track and in cross country, is there one that sticks out to you?
Yeah, there's probably two. There's one big one for me was when I was a sophomore. I was runner-up in the 1500 outdoors, and that was a pretty big race, pretty unexpected. It was a close race, and it came down to a kick finish, and like I was lucky enough to just feel good on the day. So that one really stuck out to me. And then up until a few days ago, that was probably my favorite race. So I mean, it was just kind of, mostly it was just a surprise. So that's why it was so special, kind of.
You've also been involved in the Wings of America camps in the past. Tell us about those and what kind of impact those have had on you.
Yeah, so Wings of America is a program designed to kind of help improve the lives of underserved Native American youth around the United States. So it was a pretty cool program. They have summer camps. So I work those camps. They're running camps for communities on reservations and other areas, and so we do that's probably like a month-long thing. We have 2-3 day camps in like these different communities, and then when we're not at the camps, we're training for the next camp. So we practice the activities that we're going to do, games. We teach like health, and we also like to do a little educational thing of like other Native Americans that are kind of role models in our community. And so we try to teach the kids about other successful Native athletes like Billy Mills and like Jim Thorpe and people like that. But other than the camps, though, the program's pretty cool. They select the top 7 fastest Native Americans in the U.S. and they compete at the national stage at the U.S. Cross Country Nationals. And I was like fortunate enough my senior year that I made the team, so I got to be on it, and so that was a huge experience for me, and because it was just like really cool. It was in St. Louis, the championships. I got to see like a load of like professional runners and like people like I only see on TV and stuff. So it was really cool, and also they're sponsored by Nike, so they just deck you out with Nike gear. So that was pretty tight. So yeah, it's a great program. So I was really happy to be able to help out a few summers ago with them. So.
What brought you here to OCU?
Well, mainly I wanted to. I was getting recruited by OSU and OU and then OCU. They were the 2 I was mostly looking at because I'm from Norman, so I didn't quite, when I was a senior, I wasn't quite ready to go out of state for a long time. I kind of wanted to stay local. And so I was kind of in between, like, should I go to this big D1 school like OSU? Because that was the main, at the time, I wasn't really that interested in OU because I'm from there and I kind of wanted to get out a bit. But OSU, so I was between OSU and here, and like, I don't know, there's a lot of different things that come with a bigger school, you know, like mostly training wise. So like, I felt like coming to OCU, I could have more individualized training, and like, it would just be a better environment for me to develop as a runner. And like, I've known people that have successful high school runners that have gone to like bigger schools, D1 schools like OSU, and they just burn out because the training's too hard, and like, you know, it's kind of make or break, you know, sink or swim type training, and I knew I was kind of a more fragile runner, so like I just figured that wasn't really the spot for me. Plus, like, I love the school, I came and visited, and I really liked the other teammates, and I liked the idea of having smaller classes. I thought that was really cool, and so those were the main reasons. And I honestly think, like, if I went to OSU, I don't think I'd be running still. Like, I think I would have probably quit just because of the past injuries that I've had, just been at OCU. And I think OCU has just given me the chance to just develop slowly at my own pace as an athlete and with good coaching. So.
What's your major here?
I study business marketing and graphic design.
What kind of career plans do you have after running's over?
I'd really like to get in the graphic design world, like, and I like to stay around Oklahoma City if I can, just because I have a lot of friends here and stuff. So, yeah, it's mostly I'm looking for marketing or graphic design type field right now. But,
all right, that's Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Mackenzie Wahpepah-Harris. You can follow the stars on OCUsports.com.
At Oklahoma City University, it's on all of us to put an end to sexual violence in our campus community.
Title IX is a federal law that addresses our students' right to education free from sex discrimination. OCU Athletics is committed to fostering a culture of respect for all members of our community.
We aim to embody respect and sportsmanship in all aspects of life.
And it's our job as athletes to intervene when something isn't right.
It's our responsibility as athletes, role models, and members of the community to look out for one another.
OCU athletes are not just champions on the field.
We also strive to be champions of character.
Consent is explicit, not implied.
Sexual contact without consent is sexual assault.
It's on us.
It's on us.
To intervene when something doesn't seem right.
To recognize that alcohol is never an excuse.
It's on us.
It's on all of us.
To make it known we will not tolerate this from
peers,
teammates,
friends,
anyone.
To create an environment that respects everyone's rights and boundaries.
To do the right thing.
It doesn't just happen to women.
It's on us as teammates to lead by example.
To make it known that jokes about sexual assault are unacceptable.
To step up and say something.
To step up and say something.
To step up and say something.
To never blame the victim.
To support survivors.
To be more than a bystander.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
Every day we all choose the type of person that we want to be and the type of athlete that we want to be. And for me, the important lesson there is you got to wake up every day willing to earn it and make the most of it.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's on us.
It's
on all of us, OCU.
Today on the OCU Athletics Update, we've got track coach Matt Aguero. The Stars women's team finished in 10th at the indoor NAIA championships, the men's team in 21st. And Coach, we start off with Amanat Olawara.
Yeah.
More awards piling up for her, a national championship in the 3,000 meters, a runner-up finish in the mile. What can you tell us about Amanat?
Well, that makes Amanat's, that's her 8th All-American. She's won 7 national titles now, counting cross-country and indoor. We asked her to do a lot, probably more than we should. You know, she anchored our DMR and you know, basically single-handedly was about 15 seconds down when she got the baton in the prelims and took the lead and won that to get us to the finals. You know, coming back, she was pretty tired on that anchor leg, and we finished 6th, which is All-American. Scored some points. Ran the mile. She was probably a little tired from you know, 2 nights before where she had to do all that work to get us into the DMR final. Finished runner-up. Came back just a few hours later and ran the 3,000 and almost set a national record. Had, you know, she not had another race in about an hour and a half, you know, she probably could have went for it in the middle of the race a little more than she did to get that. But yeah, she, you know, she goes out there and does everything we ask, and you know, did a lot of things for us and ran a lot of races over a span of 3 days.
Tell us a little bit more about that women's distance medley relay.
Well, you know, to get in, it was a loaded field this year. You know, to get in, we had to do a lot of work on that Thursday night. She ran about a 4:44 anchor leg to take the lead and to get us into the final, and then to come back. You know, we had her and also Brooke Kasser was pretty tired. Brooke ran the 3,000 as well, and then they had about an hour and a half rest to come back, which isn't much after running a hard national championship race to come back and to run 2 legs on that DMR. So, you know, we weren't as fresh as we'd like to be, but they went out there and gave it a shot.
On the men's side, Mackenzie Wahpepah-Harris made history. He was the first OCU athlete to win a national championship in the indoor. He won in the mile. What can you tell us about his winning race there?
That was pretty exciting. I knew he was pretty fit going in. He had won a couple of mile races already. Hadn't ran a real fast time yet for indoor, but just from looking at some of his workouts, I thought he was capable of going sub 4:10. So that would put you in the mix. Ran well through the prelims, looked fine, looked nice and relaxed to get in to the final, and then on Saturday, and he actually ran a lot. He ran a mile of our DMR leg, ran a mile Friday, and then came back and ran the finals on Saturday. And the race set up pretty well for him, went out pretty fast. He was able to just kind of set in the pack and then to make a move towards the end and pulled away. Looked great, and it was a pretty fun race to watch.
You had another All-American, Max Mcneal, in the 5,000. What can you tell us about him?
Well, that was Max, his 3rd All-American honor. He was also an All-American last year in the 5,000, finished 6th last year as well. The race set up pretty well for him. He was in the mix, setting about 3rd. There was a big pack with about 600 meters to go. 2 leaders broke away, and Max ended up finishing 6th. But the thing was, he was in the mix. The whole race looked good, so we're excited about that. Hopefully it'll carry over for some good outdoor times for him.
OCU now has over 100 All-Americans in track and cross country. How big is that milestone for your program?
It's really exciting. You know, it wasn't something that we didn't really set out to do that. And to be honest with you, I didn't even realize it until after the meet was over, and we were kind of just doing the math that we were up over 100. But it's definitely exciting. You know, in all 3, we've been successful in cross country, indoor and outdoor track, and a lot of that, it just goes back to the hard work of the athletes and the time they put in. So it was an exciting moment for us, for sure.
Turn right around, go into the outdoor season next. What's the outlook for the outdoor season?
We're excited. We have all these athletes coming back that ran indoor for us. Also, we'll be adding, Michaela Warner, who was a marathon national champion, will come back and run that event. Lydia Mato, who was 4th in cross country, ran indoor for us last year. She didn't have any indoor eligibility left, but she does have outdoor, so we think she can do some good things for us in the 5K and 10K. So I expect our teams to be even a little better for the outdoor season.
All right, talking to OCU track coach Matt Aguero. You can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com.